YouTube, what the crap is going on? Welcome to the Third Age, or in other words, the Third Age Total War, and with a crazy spinning screen as I come in. This is going to be a fun battle. This is the first battle I have ever attempted in this mod, and I don't really play Medieval 2 a lot, so yes, this is a mod for Medieval 2. If you all want to know how to install it, what I'm going to do is link you to one of Lionheart's videos where he tells you how to install it. And it's a great video, so if you're interested in playing it, you can. And if you all want to see more out of it, then I will get it for you. But yeah, we're playing here on this map. I actually don't remember the map. I want to say it was like, oh, was it like Bree or I don't know. It was somewhere supposed to be in the nicer parts of the world, I guess. So let's see. Looks like the battle has started. Let me introduce you to my faction, and I wish I could get rid of the radar map. I don't know how. If anybody does know how, you can let me know. I know how to do it whenever I'm not in a replay, but I can't seem to get it to go away when I'm in a replay. So I'm playing as Gundabad, so I'm got all these different orcs. I've got like 4 units of archers, got a couple of units of orc halbards, and then I've got these orc marauders, which was one of the decent infantry choices I had. Wasn't a whole lot of choices in general. And then I've got some orc bodyguards as well. I believe they are back here, though. Orc marauders. Yeah, here's the here's the orc bodyguards back here in the back. So I've got 2 of those units, but they're smaller in number. There they are, moving around. I don't guess there's any way to zoom in on this like there is on the others. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have, and I have a few of these warg riders. I've got just a few of them. It says they're a heavy cavalry, though I'm not expecting much out of them. And then I have this troll unit, and I'm kind of hoping these guys can do some heavy hitting for me, literally. But across from me is an army of high elves. We're going to ignore them for the moment. And I'm actually playing with THFE Oakley, so you all know him as Oakley High Def on his channel. He's playing as Ruin, and then we have another teammate that deployed way off over here. And he's playing as Harad. So we're supposed to be all evil factions, and then the other team is playing as, like good factions. So over here is an army of Gondor ready to stand across from us. And then, like I said, the high elves are chasing me over here, so you can kind of check them out up close. Some pretty sweet looking units. And they have some cavalry out here and everything. Got some lancers. Yeah, and then the last army of good guys is actually, I think it's hidden. Yeah, it's right here. It's the Kingdom of Arnor, and they kind of end up setting up on this hill and getting a really nice defensive position. But yeah, you got the Kingdom of Arnor there. So yeah, that's the 3 good armies. And for my position, the high elf player, I didn't want to just stand off from across from him because I was worried that it would go poorly for me. So the Cavalry of Ruin, commanded by Oakley, is joining my men and my trolls and everybody, and I'm trying to crush some Elvish Lancers, which one-on-one seem to be far more than a match for my Warg Riders. So yeah, I'm not expecting my units to be one-on-one very good at much. There's like huge numbers of my men in each unit, and I'm guessing that means that their quality is poor, and I'm just having to try and overwhelm by numbers. So what our plan is for the moment, we'll see whether or not it works, is we want to rush the Gondorian army and try and get some kills on them. Right now they're skirmishing with Oakley's army, so there's the Gondorians, and then the high elves are moving up on the hill behind me, which is a real problem because they have some great archers. And so at this point I'm sold on my strategy. I have to push forward and go hit the army of Gondor because I can't fight uphill into all these elves. So basically at this point I'm just ignoring the elves and making a rush straight towards Gondor. And out here, you've got Harad and Arnor just kind of facing off from each other and not doing a whole lot. Just kind of firing back and forth, some Corsair archers, and then, like I said, the Kingdom of Arnor is set up with their pikes and artillery and everything up here in the woods. So again, I have never played this mod before. I do not know how units interact. I do not know which factions are good. I have no idea whether this is balanced. Oakley and I are both very inexperienced with multiplayer in this mod. Here you can see that there's some Gondorian cavalry that's going to charge right into a bunch of my orc marauders. And, of course, the Cavalry of Ruin. So Oakley here trying to help me out. And then I've got some Warg Riders out here. Or no, there's some the Ruined Cavalry from Oakley is helping to clean up a few elves. And then I'm trying to chase off some of the Gondorian cavalry with my trolls. I don't even know what the trolls are going to be good at. I'm assuming they're good if you get them into a ball of infantry, but I have no idea how to use them. And I'll have to mess around with it a little, and of course, if you all know anything, you can tell me. But the elves are moving up quickly behind me. You can see their archers here laying down some heavy fire. So again, I'm forced to push forward. Right now, they're firing on my wargs, and they're killing a fair few of them. I'm guessing the wargs don't have a lot of armor, and the Elvis archers are quite good. So what I do is I just put a couple of halberd units back here just to try and hold the elves momentarily. These guys are decent against armored units, but I mean they're going to be in terrible position with the elves charging downhill. And I just go in for a full all-out infantry brawl with the Gondorian forces. And my hopes is that I can get some trolls in behind their forces. Right here, some dismounted swan knights. That's a very cool-looking unit. I don't remember seeing those guys in the movie, but they look darn cool. And I figure I'm going to mop these guys up quick with a troll rear charge. And I'm thinking that the game's going to behave kind of like the what do you call it, the vanilla version of the game. And with these trolls just ripping into the back of this unit, I was like, ah, sweet, I'll start a chain route over here, and things will start to look better. That is not the case. The Gondorian forces continue to fight extremely valiantly, and my halberds right here are just buying me whatever precious time they can buy me as they're slaughtered by the elves. I've got my archers pouring some fire here into the flank of some of these nicer elvish units, like this Eldarin, whatever it is, these swords. The guys with the cool swords. That's what we're going to call them at this point. So yeah, they're getting shot at by my archers, but my archers are going to be vulnerable soon as the elves break through my army. So Oakley's trying to help me out and keep my lines safe. And again, I thought this would be a quick wrap-up over here on Gondor, but their cavalry and units are just absolutely mincing our forces. The cavalry of Ruin. I don't know if that was an enemy general or one of our generals that just died, but that's kind of cool. Cavalry of Ruin is doing a lot better than my wargs. We're trying to take out the Gondorian cavalry. I'm having a hard time getting more rear charges in on Gondor. And just one-on-one, their units are just... And there goes Oakley's general right there. Our units are just getting absolutely wrecked by Gondor. And my trolls, I mean, while it was a good idea, and I think that they probably killed a fair few of these Swan Knights, they're just not holding out in prolonged combat. Maybe I needed to cycle them around or something. I have no idea how they're supposed to be used. And now I've got Gondorian cavalry charging me from behind. I tell you what I should have done here is I should have just gone like full Rohirrim style. But yeah, my trolls are getting some nice work done. But it is just too late. My forces are getting absolutely wrecked. Like here's the wargs, and some of you might be saying, hey, show us a higher view so we can see what's... You can't see much of what's going on from a higher view because there's no unit flags in this mod, so it was actually very difficult to control your forces with any degree of accuracy. You had to be trying really hard to keep track. And Herod and Arnor are just in a standoff over here, and Arnor with the forest position and the artillery is gaining the better of that engagement very quickly. And the High Elves, of course, broke through my men without a whole lot of difficulty. And they never really even had to, though. Like a few of the High Elves come in for a nice rear charge here to finish off the Orcs. And my men are summarily slaughtered by the combined forces of Gondor and the High Elves. So apparently the Orcs of Gundabad, at least under my control, no match for the enemies here. I'm going to have to learn more about it. So good prevailing there, and with Oakley and I both getting destroyed here in the center, attempting to take out Gondor, what we thought would be a nice little 2v1 turns into an absolute rout of all of our forces. Though I have to admit, Oakley's cavalry here is looking pretty sweet. All clad up in this gold and everything. That is some solid, sweet-looking cavalry. But I'm going to fast forward for a minute because there is kind of an epic fight out here at the end where our last remaining teammate with Herod puts up a defense against all the opponents that slaughtered us, and now we'll move on to him. So yeah, I'd say it was a good start. You know, my first day in the Third Age, massive defeat in combat, working for the side of evil already. So yeah, it's a good start. But I mean, I think we would all imagine that Patchy probably would be on the side of evil in the Third Age. Now, my next mission is to combat and see if we can get like an all-Hobbit army just for lols. So I might have to come mess with that. I think you can, actually. I don't know if the Hobbits are a faction, but I think you could put together an all-Hobbit army, like I said, just for fun. I'm going to fast forward. Here comes... Our army's tiring. Our army's dead. Here comes all of the enemies. You can see some artillery coming in there, like I said, from the Arnorian player, or the Kingdom of Arnor player. Let's see. Come on, come on. Here comes the good guys, going to take out these men of the East. Let's see. Fast forward. This game has awesome skins. There is cool music and stuff in it. I just turned the music off though, because I was worried it might trigger a copyright claim. So turn the music off just in case. There's some cool skirmishers here. These javelin men. They're sitting here looking pretty sweet, throwing these javelins over here into the high elves. And these pikemen actually do okay momentarily up against the elves. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. At least some of us is getting a few kills, because these elves wrecked us. And it was funny because the other team knew how bad we got wrecked, and they were arguing over who was going to have more kills, the elves or whether it was going to be Gondor. And you all take your pick, and you can watch the screen at the end. Check out these sweet Arnorian pikemen coming in here. And they're going to come square off with these eastern pikemen too. There's some eastern spear units and other units kind of cavorting around. But yeah, for the most part, definitely not looking good for our team, especially now that there's a line of Elvish archers set up out here. And the Elvish archers seem pretty darn good. And they are just laying into this blob of skirmishers back here and doing quite a lot of damage on them. I think this is another skirmish unit over here. They're doing their best to fight off these pikemen and getting some nice javelin volleys over here. But yeah, the Herod player is getting mopped up pretty hard at this point. So, yep. What else do you all want to see in this mod? I'm going to try and get together with Oakley a little more often, and if you want to see more of this mod, Oakley and I can jump in here. Is there any particular matchups you're wanting to see? Or, you know, like a siege battle, or, I mean, just kind of tell us what you all are thinking, and I'd love to come in here and show you some more of this mod. It's really great. If you don't have it, Medieval 2 is cheap if you don't already own Medieval 2, and if you do own Medieval 2, especially the Steam version, if you go watch Lionheart's video, it's really easy to get this set up. Won't cost you anything for the mod, of course. You just have to have the game, and you can get this, and you can play campaign. You can do multiplayer battles with other people who have it. Though there are a few tricks to make the multiplayer battles work, it's not too terribly difficult, and it's really quite fun. Having a good time with it, to be honest. Let's check out this cavalry charge over here. Check out these Easterlings getting hit by the cavalry. That is some sweet-looking cavalry there. That's got to be the Arnor player. But yeah, at this point, it's looking pretty hopeless for Team Evil here. Really hopeless. So it looks like most of their troops are in retreat. Skins in this game look absolutely amazing. Animations and other stuff look good too. Lots of good effects. I mean, just kind of amazing how... I mean, Medieval 2 is so old, but they make these mods look so good. And it's really too bad that we can't get full mod capabilities with you know, newer games like Attila, because, I mean, they already do a lot of great stuff with mods on those games. And you can imagine what they could do if they had, like, the full spectrum of capability like they did with Medieval 2 to make these mods. It was really a fantastic platform for this. Do believe that the battle is coming up to an end here in just a moment. And we'll take a look at the stats. Let's get a close-up on some of these Elvish units here. Those guys are looking pretty sweet. So, yeah, there was the defeat. I came in with the pathetically least kills. So, that's right. Patchy for king. So, Captain Crunch did pretty well there. And then Comic Sans absolutely crushed us. And the Arnor player did very well too, so managed to get a lot of kills, and all of us just got the crap kicked out of us, especially me with 1,700 men. You sure wouldn't think so. But yeah, none of my units really doing all that great. If we take a look at casualties inflicted, I'm curious, like the Snow Trolls, even they got the most kills, and it was only 97, and that was with the rear charge. So yeah, they did not work out well for me. You can see the casualties inflicted here for my men was very, very small. So apparently the troops I was fighting against were a lot better. Hope you all enjoyed this battle. Like I said, tell me what you want to see, and I will try and get back together with Oakley and bring you more of this in the future. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now.